Have you ever wondered how Google really decides what hits the top of your search results? Well, today, we're going to crack open the actual manual that their own human raters use to judge the entire web.
You know how it is. It starts with something simple, right? Maybe you're just searching for a new phone. But then you click a link, and something just feels off. And all of a sudden, you're not just shopping anymore. You're asking a way more important question. Can I actually trust this page? Now, you might think it's all just some super complex algorithm, some AI making the call. But, well, that's not the whole story, not even close.
The truth is, behind the code, Google has this massive team. And get this, it's over 10,000 people spread all across the globe. Their entire job is to sit down, look at websites, and literally judge their quality.
And they all work from this one incredibly detailed document. It's 180 pages long. You can think of it as Google's secret playbook for what makes a web page good or bad. So let's dive in and see what's inside.
So where do they even begin? Well, the entire evaluation process every single time starts with one fundamental question. What is this page even for?
Before a rater can judge anything else about a page, its design, its content, anything, they first have to figure out its purpose. Why does it exist? What is it trying to achieve? Everything else flows from that one single understanding.
Now look, most pages have what Google calls a beneficial purpose, and they're all perfectly fine. A page might be there to share information, to let someone express an opinion, to entertain you, to sell stuff, or just to let people chat and share photos. These are all good, legitimate reasons for a page to exist.
But some pages, they deal with topics that are so important, they get put under a total microscope. And this brings us to a really critical concept that Google takes very seriously.
It's called Your Money or Your Life, or YMYL for short. Basically, these are topics that, if the information is wrong, could seriously impact a person's health, their financial situation, or even their safety. We're talking medical advice, financial guidance, news on civic processes. For these pages, the quality standards are incredibly high.
And this is where that distinction gets really interesting.
For example, a page with official information on how to vote, that's absolutely YMYL, high scrutiny. But a blog post giving an opinion on why it's important to vote, that's not. Or look at this, giving specific treatment options for liver cancer is definitely YMYL. But a support forum where people share stories about coping with cancer, that's generally not. It's all about the potential for immediate, real-world harm.
Okay, so how do these raters actually judge these pages, especially those high-stakes YMYL ones? Well, they use a four-part test, which Google calls E-E-A-T.
The whole framework is called E-E-A-T. It's an acronym that stands for experience, expertise, and authoritativeness, and all of that is meant to build up to the most important factor of all, which is trust.
So first up is experience. This is all about real-world, first-hand knowledge. I mean, if you're reading a review of some hiking boots, you want to know it was written by someone who actually went hiking in them, right? Not someone who just, read the description on the box. That's experience.
Next up is expertise. This is about having demonstrable skill or knowledge. You can tell a hairstylist is an expert by just watching them work. For a financial advice article, you'd probably look for some kind of financial certification. It's about having the right credentials for the topic at hand. Then comes authoritativeness, and this one is key. It's not just about what the website says about itself, it's about what the rest of the world says about it. Is this site a recognized go-to source for this topic? For those really important YMYL pages, this means looking for external proof, like recommendations from professional groups or awards from journalists.
And all three of those things, experience, expertise, and authoritativeness, they're all there to build the single most important quality, trust. A trustworthy page is one that feels honest, that's reliable, and that's safe for you to use. That's the ultimate goal of this entire evaluation.
So we know what makes a page trustworthy, but what about the other end of the scale? What makes a page so bad that it gets an instant fail?
The raters use this kind of quality slider for their judgments, and that lowest rating, that is reserved for the absolute worst of the web, pages that are actively harmful, deceptive, or just total spam.
And there are a few things that are just automatic fails. No questions asked.
If a page's whole purpose is to harm or trick people, if it promotes dangerous misinformation, if it's a phishing scam, or if it's just lazy content copied from another website with nothing new added, it's immediately rated lowest.
And the guidelines are very, very specific about this. For example, a page that contains harmfully misleading information. A perfect example they give is a fake news report that falsely claims a world leader has died. That is textbook lowest quality content.
In fact, the Playbook gives this perfect real-world example. An article that falsely screams Miley Cyrus is dead on a website that's designed to look just like a real news source. It's deceptive, it's untrustworthy, and for a rater, that's an easy call. Lowest.
So now that you've had a peek inside this secret playbook, the really cool thing is you can use these exact same principles yourself. You can become a much smarter, more critical user of the web.
It all boils down to a really simple 4-step mental checklist you can run through yourself. The next time you land on a new site, just ask, 1. What's this page's real purpose? 2. Are the stakes high here? Is this your money or your life topic? 3. Does it pass the E-E-A-T test? And 4. Do you see any obvious red flags, like it's trying to deceive you or it just looks spammy?
It kind of changes how you see the internet, doesn't it? Just knowing that behind that powerful algorithm, there's this very human framework for judging trust and quality. So, I guess the real question is, how will you look at your next search result now?